Hello and welcome to our video about reimbursements and the reimbursement form. First thing I would like you to do is download our reimbursement form so that you have it in front of you. If you have a physical copy, that's great too, just so that you can go over it with me so that you know what I'm talking about while I am talking. I'll give you a second to do that. Just pause the video and welcome back. First thing on the form, parents' names seems fairly self-explanatory. However, just a little note, if you go by a different name than the name that you put on your child's registration form, please use the same name on your reimbursement form that you used on your child's registration form. Makes it difficult to find you if I don't have the same name as on your child's reimbursement or registration form. Then I need the form signed and dated, as well as the number of children that are homeschooling in your family. It just helps us determine the amount of funding that we're looking at for this reimbursement. Now I'm going to go over the different columns on the form. Again, they seem fairly self-explanatory, but some of them are, just go over them with you. The first one is the supplier or store name. That would just be Costco, Staples, whatever, wherever you made the purchase, or if it is a tutoring or something like that, you can just put the person's name, that's fine. What did you purchase? I do not need an itemized list of everything that you purchased. So for example, if you purchased 4 things at Costco, I just need you to put Costco, kind of what you purchased. I don't, just one line item for each receipt. Next is for which child is this resource. Again, if one receipt, you purchased 4 things at Costco or Staples or wherever, and they are for multiple children, I don't need that broken out either. Again, just one line item for each receipt. If it's for multiple children, you can just write that on that one line. If it's for all of them, just put all, that's fine too. How is or are the resources related to the program plan? Just tell me how it relates to the program plan. If you bought math books or a basketball or whatever, how is that related to your program plan? Phys ed, mathematics, whatever. And then I need, this part is important, I need the total amount of the receipt in Canadian dollars. So if you are submitting a Costco receipt to me and you've purchased 4 things for your children and then a couple of things for yourself personally, you need to figure out the amount that you're requesting reimbursement for. Just write that out right on the receipt, and then that amount needs to match the amount that is on the reimbursement form. I don't really have the ability to look at your receipt and determine which items you were asking for reimbursement for if you don't tell me. Sometimes it's a little bit self-explanatory, but it's much better if you just write those amounts on there, then that amount matches their reimbursement form, and I can do that easily. Then you need to take and just put the GST amount in there for me. For US items, there's obviously no GST amount, but I do need the amount in Canadian dollars. So usually the easiest way to do that is just the line item on your credit card or bank statement, because that has both US and Canadian, and the exchange rate and all of it is there. If you don't have that, if you can just send me the exchange rate for that day from Bank of Canada or your bank or whatever, to figure out how you came up with the Canadian amount, and then I can reimburse you in Canadian funds. Otherwise, if you don't put a Canadian funds amount on, I do need to use the US dollar amount, because I don't have the amount for that day. Again, with any receipt, including those ones from the US or from wherever, you do not need to itemize, just need to do the one line. Even if you've purchased something personal, just take that amount out. Next, I will talk about internet. Internet is a really easy one to submit. I just need 1 copy of your internet bill, and then you can take that amount, multiply it by 12, and divide it by 2. I can give you 50% of your full year's internet back in reimbursement out of your home education funding. I do not need one for each month. I just need the one, and that makes it nice and simple. I do, however, need the page of your internet bill that has the GST as well. I know there's GST on it, but if it doesn't show the GST on the receipt that you submit to me, I'm not able to reimburse that amount. So just usually adds a little bit to your total amount, so I may as well get that back. Also with the reimbursement form, when it comes to submitting your receipts for reimbursement, I can do that for you, your full amount right in the fall. You can do it gradually throughout the year if you prefer, or all of it at the end as well. But I am able to do the full amount in the fall. I know some school boards aren't able to do that, but our school board has given us the okay to do that. So if you want your full amount, that is fine. Another little note is just your reimbursement. The funding comes to the family. So if you have more than one student, all of it goes to the family as a group. So as Brett said in a previous video, your household, your family is like a school in itself. So the funding comes to you to allocate as you see fit. So if one student is needing a new computer for $1,000, that's not a problem. I can reimburse the full amount, even though it's technically over the amount that one student had. It says a family, so that is not a problem at all. And I think that is everything. If you have any questions though when you're doing up your reimbursement, please don't hesitate to give me a call or send me a quick email. And that concludes our summary of funding and reimbursement information. Please watch the next two videos that deal more specifically with the reimbursement form and process, as well as purchase orders.